Food storage for the unexpected. In an era of instant groceries and rapid delivery, it's easy to forget how fragile the food supply system really is. A temporary trucker strike, a power grid failure, or a prolonged natural disaster can disrupt availability for days or weeks. What used to be a common practice, maintaining a well-stocked pantry, is now often dismissed as old-fashioned or alarmist. But building a thoughtful food reserve is not about fear. It's about resilience. It's a quiet, practical form of love, providing for yourself and your household even when systems falter. Whether you're facing economic hardship, regional disasters, or simply a winter storm, having reliable food on hand brings stability and peace of mind. This isn't about hoarding or panic buying. Thoughtful food preparedness is calm, methodical, and rooted in self-awareness. It involves knowing what you eat, what you need, and how to store it safely and affordably. Step 1. Know what you eat. The first mistake many people make is stockpiling unfamiliar foods. If your household doesn't regularly eat canned chili, suddenly having 20 cans in your pantry won't help much, especially under stress. Start by making a list of meals your household actually eats. Identify ingredients with long shelf lives from those meals. That becomes the foundation of your food reserve. Look through your pantry and freezer. What runs out first? What staples do you always replace? These are your priority items. Step 2. Make a list, then a plan. Once you know what you eat, build a working list. Categorize foods into types: grains, proteins, canned goods, fruits and vegetables, dairy, fats, condiments, snacks, and spices. Consider how much of each item your household uses in a week, then multiply by how long you want your reserve to last: 2 weeks, a month, 3 months. You don't need to buy it all at once. Add a few extra items to your regular grocery list each week. Watch for sales, rotate your stock, use what you store, and store what you use. Step 3. Focus on shelf-stable basics. Shelf-stable doesn't mean boring. A strong food reserve includes grains, rice, oats, pasta, quinoa, flour, cornmeal, proteins, canned beans, lentils, peanut butter, canned tuna or chicken, shelf, stable tofu, jerky, canned, dried produce, canned tomatoes, corn, green beans, fruit in juice, dried fruit, raisins, dairy alternatives, powdered milk, canned evaporated milk, shelf, stable plant-based milks, fats, cooking oil, ghee, shortening, coconut oil, nut butters, snacks and comfort, granola bars, crackers, shelf, stable pudding, chocolate, extras, salt, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, spices, condiments. You can also consider freeze-dried meals or dehydrated soups for long-term storage, but don't rely on them exclusively unless you're used to eating them. Step 4. Water matters. Food is only half the equation. Humans can survive far longer without food than without water. Store at least 1 gallon of water per person per day for a minimum of 3 days and ideally for 2 weeks. This includes water for drinking, hygiene, and cooking. Rotate water every 6 months. Use clean food-grade containers and store in a cool, dark place. You can also invest in water purification tablets or filters in case you need to treat water on the go. Step 5. Storage conditions. Heat, moisture, and light are the enemies of stored food. Aim to store your supplies in a cool, dry, dark place, ideally under 70 Fahrenheit. Use airtight containers and keep track of expiration date. If you live in a small space, get creative. Use underbed storage, closet shelves, or stackable bins. The goal is accessibility and rotation. Use the oldest items first and replace them with new ones. Step 6. Think in meals, not just ingredients. When stress is high, you don't want to piece together a meal from scratch. One of the best ways to make your food reserve useful is to group ingredients into meal kits. Label a bin or bag with everything needed for a specific dish like pasta, sauce, seasoning, and canned veggies for spaghetti night. Add a printed recipe if you like. This kind of planning makes it easier to cook without thinking too hard. It also helps you spot missing ingredients before an emergency hits. Step 7. Plan for no power. What happens if your power goes out for days? You'll want foods that don't require refrigeration or elaborate cooking. Keep a stock of ready-to-eat items, granola bars, canned soup, crackers, fruit cups, peanut butter, shelf, stable drinks. If you have a camp stove, grill, or rocket stove, make sure you also have fuel and know how to use it safely. A manual can opener is non-negotiable. Don't forget disposable plates, cups, and utensils if water for washing becomes limited. Step 8. Include comfort and variety. During times of crisis, emotional comfort is as important as physical nourishment. Add items like cocoa mix, instant coffee, candy, or shelf-stable treats. A familiar snack can do wonders for morale, especially for children or elderly relatives. Add variety with spices, condiments, and different textures. If all your food is soft or bland, eating becomes tedious fast. A few crunchy crackers, some hot sauce, or a pack of dried fruit goes a long way. Step 9. dietary needs and allergies. Make sure your food supply accounts for everyone in your household. That includes vegetarians, those with allergies, diabetics, or anyone with specific medical conditions. Label items clearly and store allergen-free items separately if needed. Also consider baby food, formula, or liquid nutrition drinks if anyone in the home has trouble chewing or requires soft food. Step 10. Pets count 2. If you have pets, include them in your food planning. Store dry and canned food, treats, and any supplements they may need. Rotate supplies just like your human food and keep leashes, waste bags, and bowls accessible in case you need to evacuate. Step 11. Long-term storage basics. If you're looking beyond 3 months of storage, consider foods with a 10-30-year shelf life. Examples include white rice, rolled oats, pasta, dehydrated fruits and vegetables, powdered eggs and milk, freeze-dried meals, wheat, berries, lentils, and dry beans, honey, which never spoils. Store these in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, inside food-grade buckets. Label everything with dates and rotate yearly. Step 12. Practice and rotate. Preparedness isn't a one-time project. It's an ongoing relationship. Use what you store, cook with it regularly, and replenish what you eat. Challenge yourself with a pantry week where you cook only from your reserves. You'll quickly identify gaps, preferences, and overlooked items. Practice builds confidence. It also helps ensure that your family is familiar with the taste and preparation of your emergency food. Nothing is worse than a surprise stomach upset during a crisis. Step 13. Track what you have. Use a spreadsheet, notebook, or app to track your supplies. Record purchase dates, expiration dates, and rotation reminders. Inventory quarterly to keep things fresh and accurate. Knowing what you have prevents waste and helps you budget wisely. It also keeps you from panicking or overbuying when you see news of supply shortages. Step 14. Budget-friendly stocking. You don't need to break the bank to build a solid food reserve. Start small. Focus on 1 or 2 extra items each time you shop. Many basics, like rice, beans, and pasta, are still affordable and store well. Watch for sales and markdowns. Dollar stores and discount grocers often have shelf-stable items at lower prices. Consider buying in bulk through co-ops or warehouse clubs. Just make sure you have space and a plan to store it properly. Cooking from scratch also saves money and stretches your ingredients. Dry beans cost less than canned, and homemade bread is often cheaper than store-bought. Step 15 preservation methods. If you garden, buy in bulk, or access local produce, learn basic preservation techniques. Canning, dehydrating, and freezing extend the life of food and allow you to build your supply from fresh ingredients. Water bath canning is great for high-acid foods like jams, pickles, and tomatoes. Pressure canning allows you to safely preserve meats, beans, soups, and low-acid vegetables. Dehydrating is excellent for fruit, herbs, and even meals like chili or pasta sauce. It reduces weight and saves space. Store dried goods in airtight containers away from moisture. Freezing is the simplest option, but requires power. Label everything with dates and rotate often. If your power goes out, keep the freezer closed as much as possible. It can hold safe temperatures for up to 48 hours if full. Step 16. Community preparedness. Food security isn't just about individual survival, it's also about community resilience. If you have the means, consider setting aside extra to share with neighbors, family, or local shelters during times of need. Coordinate with others to trade supplies or build shared pantries. Group preparedness creates a stronger safety net for everyone, especially during long-term disruptions. Step 17. Gardening as insurance. Even a small container garden can supplement your food supply. Herbs, lettuce, tomatoes, peppers, and radishes grow well in pots. For those with yards, consider planting calorie crops like potatoes, squash, and beans. Learning to grow food connects you to the rhythms of the seasons and offers a reliable fallback when shelves run low. Seeds are inexpensive, and many plants can be started indoors or on a windowsill. Even if you're not a gardener, keeping seeds on hand is a smart backup. Heirloom, open-pollinated varieties can be saved and replanted, making them a renewable resource. Step 18. Cooking without a fridge. In emergencies without refrigeration, your approach to cooking will need to shift. Plan meals around shelf-stable ingredients and eat perishables first. Canned meats, vegetables, beans, and fruit are your friends. Cook in small batches to avoid leftovers and use dried or powdered dairy instead of fresh. If you have a cooler and ice, use it for essentials like milk or leftovers, but treat it as temporary. Prioritize items with natural preservation qualities like hard cheeses, cured meats, and fermented foods. Step 19. Nutritional balance. In a food emergency, calories matter, but so does nutrition. Focus on foods that offer a balance of carbs, proteins, fats, and micronutrients. Vitamin deficiencies can develop quickly when variety is limited. Include sources of vitamin C, like dried fruit or powdered drink mixes, fiber, beans, whole grains, and healthy fats, nuts, seeds, oils. Keep a multivitamin on hand if you're storing mostly processed foods. Step 20. Mental health and food. Eating well supports mental resilience. Familiar foods, family recipes, and comforting snacks help reduce anxiety. Don't overlook the emotional impact of a warm bowl of soup or a piece of chocolate in hard times. Build your food supply with warmth in mind. Include feel-good meals, drinks you love, and a few treats just for joy. This kind of care is a form of strength. Step 21. Special needs and medications. Beyond food, some individuals have dietary supplements, protein shakes, or medically necessary meal replacements that must be included in your reserve. Make sure you have a few weeks' supply of anything that's medically essential. This includes electrolyte mixes, high-calorie shakes, or low-sugar snacks for diabetics. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about safe ways to store extra medication and how to rotate it. Keep a list of food intolerances and allergies visible in your pantry, especially if others may need to prepare meals in your absence. Step 22. Evacuation food kits. In some emergencies, staying home isn't possible. Prepare a small, portable food kit that can be grabbed quickly. This kit should include ready-to-eat meals, MREs, granola bars, tuna packets, water bottles or pouches, a can opener and utensils, electrolyte, drink powder or tablets, a few comfort snacks, wet wipes or hand sanitizer. Choose lightweight, calorie-dense items that don't require refrigeration or cooking. Store your evacuation food in a backpack or sturdy tote and refresh it every 6 months. Step 23. Cooking without a stove. Emergencies often eliminate the most basic convenience, the kitchen stove. In such times, alternative cooking methods make a huge difference. Butane stove, compact, portable, and ideal for indoor use with ventilation. Propane camp stove, powerful and widely available, great for outdoor cooking. Solar oven, uses sunlight to bake or slow cook without fuel, best in sunny climates. Rocket stove, efficient wood-burning stove made from simple materials, great for emergencies or long-term off-grid use. Be sure to have matches, lighters, and backup fuel stored safely. Never use grills or open flames. Indoor carbon monoxide kills silently. Step 24. Practice makes peaceful. You can buy every canned good and fuel canister in the store, but if you don't practice using them, they won't serve you well in a crisis. Cook a full day's meals using only your stored food and backup cooking gear. Do this once a season. Let your family get used to the flavors, the limitations, and the adjustments. The more familiar it all feels, the less shocking it becomes when you actually need it. Step 25. Store with dignity. You're not preparing out of fear. You're preparing because you care. There's no shame in having an extra bag of rice or a shelf of canned goods. In fact, it's an act of quiet power. Don't tuck your pantry away with embarrassment. Let it be a source of pride. Teach your children that this is wisdom, not worry. Let them help. Let them taste. Let them know this is love made visible